Hi guys, hope you're doing well out there today. My name is Dan and this is the TC Electronics Spark Booster. This is without doubt one of my favourite boost pedals on the market, and what makes it even more appealing is the price. I'm pretty sure they're down to about 40 quid new at the moment. Don't quote me on that. Check out your favourite retailer. It's fairly in depth for a boost pedal, but I love that about it. You've got a gain control and a level control. The gain control, you don't have overdrive on tap. It just seems to push the front of the circuit a little bit more. You get a little bit of breakup, which is perfect. Level control, there's stacks of level on tap, especially in the mid and the fat modes. You've got bass and treble controls, which are notched in the middle, which is perfect. So notched in the middle is flat, and then you've got cut or boost either side for each frequency. And then a 3-position switch, which in the down position is a mid boost, so it gives you a bit of a mid push. The clean mode is just a flat boost, and then the fat mode seems to give you a low mid push, which is great for single coil pickups. And between that switch and the EQ controls, you can get a vast amount of sounds out of this. So in the intro there, I've set my clean amp up a little bit, not sterile, but not a lot going on there. And then we're in the fat mode with a fair bit of gain. There's an insane amount of level, so it's down just above unity. I'm cutting a little bit of the bass to stop it getting woolly, and the treble's just under midday. So it gives you sort of an amp breakup out of an amp that's not really working that hard. So this is without. Which is a super cool sound, and what's great is something like that in your pedal chain on all the time can influence your amp sound for any gain pedals you stack before it, which is fantastic if you're not in a position to crank your amp right up. If I move up, so that's the fat mode there. If I go over to the mid mode now, hopefully you can hear there's not as much low end push there. It's cut. I like to think of the mid mode a little bit like a clean tube screamer with an actually decent EQ curve. So the mid mode is most useful to me into a gain pedal, but here it is into a clean amp. If I set the EQ flat again. And then comparing it to the fat mode. And then the clean boost is really clean and really flat response. So I have to push the level of this one up because it's a lot quieter than the other modes. So here's the amp sound. Hopefully that gives you an idea of the sort of sonic signatures of each mode. What's great about this boost pedal is because it has a gain and a level. If you want just a straight clean boost, all you do is set it clean in the middle, gain right down, volume up, and then you'll just get a purely clean boost with the EQ set in the middle. And then with that, you can then tailor the sound. So I want a little bit less top and a bit of a boost in the bottom. So to give you an idea of what kind of range you've got in these bass and treble controls, I've set it for a fairly just above unity boost with a little bit of character. And then I'm just going to move the bass control. And now over to the treble pot. I think those controls make this pedal so versatile, and you've got a mass amount of cutting or boosting, and I feel like they're in really, really good positions in the EQ spectrum. While this pedal is super flexible and killer into a clean amp or a broken up amp, it really, really shines into a dirty amp, just pushing it into even more overdrive. So this is my sound now. And then I've got it on the mid mode, and gain pretty low, volume for a bit of a boost, and then the EQ set flat. It's sort of in that mid mode, got, like I said, that tube screamer sort of mid push, but doesn't cut the bass, and much more controllable. I'd take this over a tube screamer any day of the week. And with that mid mode, that's set right in that frequency that's going to push you out for solos, give you a nice bit of sustain. So for lead stuff. Over to the clean mode in the middle now. Let's hear what it sounds like pushing some drive. While that sounds really good, it doesn't have the sort of focus and tightening properties that the mid mode does, but you can tweak that to your liking. So if I would take off a little bit of bass, I would take the gain down but push the volume, a little bit of top end. Now sounds like this. Now up to the fat boost mode to push a bit of gain. Sounds like this. So I think this is good for sort of chunking up riffs and that, taking the bass down a little bit. I have to say the mid mode is my favourite. It just gives you great, like searing lead sound. That's a bit exaggerated from what I'd actually use it, but you can hear where that mid frequency is. Another thing the mid mode's fantastic at is tightening up a gain sound, a little bit like the trick you do with a tube screamer type pedal, with the level all the way up and the gain all the way down. So this is a slightly higher gain sound. Pedal on. Really tightens everything up, gives it a bit more cut. A good test to show this even more, I think I'll grab my baritone and we'll get a bit low tuned with it, and I'll show you how much it tightens that kind of thing up. So I've got my baritone now, it's tuned B to B. Just want to show you how the mid boost can really tighten up this kind of sound, like drop tuning into a dirty amp. So this is the dry sound. Pedal. So there you have it, a quick look at the TC Electronics Spark Booster. As I said, definitely one of my favourites. If you like this video or any of the other stuff I'm putting out, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a great deal creating future content. And I hope to see you back on the channel soon. Cheers.